Hey Bowtie Nation, Joseph Hogue here with an update on shares of AMC and what could be a short squeeze in less than 2 weeks. I started a position of 2,500 shares there on September 6th and have gradually increased that to 6,000 shares. It's still about 10% under my cost basis of $9 a share, but there are 4 catalysts, 4 events that could unfold over the next 2 months and will take shares of AMC higher. In fact, 2 of these catalysts have already happened, and a big one is hitting in 10 days. Before that, I want to personally invite you to get the Weekly Bowtie, our free weekly newsletter with all the stock market news, strategies, and trends you need to know. Each week before the market opens, I'll show you what I'm watching and the stocks that could highlight the week. It's all totally free, just something I like to do for all you out there in the community, so look for that sign up link below. I want to walk through these 4 catalysts for AMC stock that I'm watching and kind of a wish that all investors have. Any one of these catalysts could send the shares higher, but all 4 of them together are going to change that risk reward for short sellers. That first catalyst is one of the 2 that's already happened with this new share sale. The company announced last month that it would sell 40 million shares after the stock split and the ape conversion. And while it was murder on the stock price, it was probably a necessary thing to shore up cash. That conversion of the ape shares, the reverse split, and now this share issue cleared up a lot of the uncertainty in financing for AMC stock. It also added $325 million in cash to the company's $435 million in existing cash. That cash is going to easily cover the debt maturities through 2025 and means the nearest debt maturities for this company are in 2026, giving it and investors more than 2 years of leeway. Now, the second catalyst for the AMC is progress on that actors strike. We saw a deal on the screenwriters strike last week, so they're back, but the Screen Actors Guild is still on strike. The negotiations are set to resume this week after 2 months of nothing, and following the negotiations on that writers strike, I think this one is going to be a lot faster and probably cleared up over the next month. The third catalyst, this is the big one. This is the start of the Taylor Swift Eras concert film. The movie, produced by the singer herself, so you know she's going to be promoting it, is set to premiere in LA on the 11th and open in 4,000 theaters across North America on the 13th. It's already booked over $65 million in pre-sales, shattering records, and is expected to top $150 million in its opening weekend. That would make it the second highest opening this year after Barbie and the 28th of all time. AMC also recently announced that it was working with partners on agreements with more than 7,500 theaters globally to release the movie around the world. So this thing is going to be big. The fact that the stock hasn't already popped shows really the strength of the short sellers, but I think they're underestimating the success of this event. The tour itself was only in 20 US cities and tickets sold out in a heartbeat. This is going to be a chance for millions to see the concert anywhere they are, even internationally, for just $20. You're going to see a lot of the Swifties even going back to the concert to relive it again. Even more than just this one movie's success, though, it could prove that next evolution for the movie theater business and start a trend in movie concerts that's just going to add another revenue stream to AMC. The fourth catalyst for AMC stock, before I get to that big wish of every investor here, but the Q3 earnings report is scheduled out on November 9th and is going to be another opportunity for a short squeeze. Analysts are expecting the company to report a 21% jump in revenue to $1.17 billion and for earnings loss to come down to just 43 cents per share versus a loss of almost $2 a share last year. That third quarter saw the success of both Barbie and Oppenheimer films and a very easy comparable against last year's quarter. So I think it's a very good chance that AMC beats those numbers. More importantly, though, the report is going to be the chance for AMC to talk up those early numbers on the Eras concert movie, how much it's going to be adding to the fourth quarter sales. And that brings us to the big wish of every AMC stock investor, not necessarily a catalyst because we don't know when it's going to happen, but that AMC kicks CEO Adam Aron to the curb. Aron was named CEO in 2015 and is also the chairman of the board of directors. During his 8 years, the shares have plunged 97%, wiping out over $40 billion in shareholder value. Aron's incompetence, and I say that only because I couldn't find a stronger word than incompetence. His destruction of the company clearly merits his firing. He's unanimously hated by the company's investors, and he owns less than $3 million in shares. That's just 0.1% of the company. That's less than a third the average CEO investment in their company, according to this study by Harvard Business Review. The man is a terrible manager. He has no faith in the company and no stake in its success. The only reason why I put this as a wish instead of a catalyst is we don't know when it's going to happen. The fact that he's been able to stay on for so long after destroying so much of the company is just leads me to believe that the rest of the board of directors is just as incompetent as he is. So putting all of this together, we've got the company's finances supported through the next 2 years. The Hollywood strikes are coming to a close. It's just going to clear up a lot of uncertainty. As we get closer to the release date on this Eras concert movie, I think we see the stock gradually making legs higher. We've already seen that start happening since the September low on the 11th. Shares did stumble a little bit last week, but made it up by the end of the week. And from here, if we can get that slow escalator upwards on the shares and that build up to the concert release, I think you're going to see a lot of these short sellers getting out of the bet, just not wanting to bet against the Taylor Swift steamroller. That's going to support the shares higher and push more shorts out gradually during the concert, especially if we get a strong global launch. We're going to be hearing about those ticket sales, and it's just going to surprise everyone. It's going to support the shares higher, be very painful for the shorts who are going to close their positions even faster. Now, I'm looking for a price target above $10 and likely between 13 to 16 if we can get a short squeeze, but if this thing blows up, it could go even higher. The shares jumped more than 150% in 3 months just last year on that previous short squeeze and could do it again. Now, if we don't get a pop in shares of AMC before the earnings, before that November 6th, that would be the day to watch. If we do get a strong jump in shares of AMC before that, so during the concert or just after, you might want to be a little bit more cautious. We could see the short sellers squeezed out before the earnings, but then come back to attack it just before the earnings date. Keep up to date with all the stock market news, trends, and strategies you need to see with our weekly newsletter and the link below. Or click on the video to the right for the 20 monthly dividend stocks, all ranked from best to worst. Don't forget to join the Let's Talk Money community by tapping that subscribe button and clicking the bell notification.